Welcome to Your Soul Biz Podcast, the place to be if you want to create a business and life you love. Tune in for uplifting content and interviews with inspiring women who are already living their purpose and turn their passion into a business they love. And learn how you can do it too. This show is your weekly dose of inspiration, insights, and motivation, as well as honest talks and shares about the journey as a female entrepreneur. My name is Michelle Pine and I'm your host. I'm a holistic life and purpose coach, multi-passionate lifelong learner, and entrepreneur. I'm so happy that you're here, right along on this exciting journey with me. Love, Michelle. Welcome to today's episode, which officially marks the first episode of Your Soul Biz Podcast. I'm so happy and excited that you're here. Yeah, as the trailer suggests, and also the intro, I'm going to interview a lot of different inspiring women from different fields and different industries who are already living their purpose and turn their passion into a business they love. And before doing so in the next couple of weeks, and this year to come, my friend suggested that I should go first. She said, well, Michelle, it's your podcast. You're a woman who's living her purpose and turned her passion into a business. And you should share your journey. And I said, oh yeah, I didn't think about that, but very good idea. So here we go. So who am I and why did I start this podcast? Well, by now you should know my name is Michelle Pine and I'm your host. Yes, but I'm not only your host, I'm also a holistic life and purpose coach, and I help women all over the world, and a couple of men, who are stuck and lost in their current careers and lives to reconnect with themselves, find their purpose, and create a life they love. And actually, many of my clients know that part of their purpose path is to become their own boss and start their own business. But they're afraid to go for it, have hesitations, or just don't believe that they can do it too. So I thought, why just take my word for it that it can work out? Let's talk to many different inspiring women from different fields and different industries who are already living their purpose and turn their passion into a business they love, and find out how they did it. So Your Soul Biz Podcast is here to inspire and motivate every woman listening out there to go for your dreams, follow your individual purpose path, and start your own soul business if that is what you desire. Because I truly believe that every human being is unique and got unique gifts to share with this world. And if we all did, everyone would be happier and this world would be a better place. To understand my passion and also intention behind this podcast and also behind my daily work, I think it's important to know a little bit more about my story. Now I'm a holistic life and purpose coach, and I'm helping people every day to find their purpose and create a life they love. And by doing so, I'm finally living my purpose. But to be honest, it hasn't always been like this. I have a totally different background. I used to study international management at a business school, and right after uni, I thought I landed my dream job in the corporate world. Premium automotive car brand, working in their biggest market, China, directly working for the CEO, and I thought, dream come true. And on paper, everything looked good, good career, yearly promotions, good salary. So it was a successful career, but actually a very unhappy one. Yes, I have to be honest, I like the recognition, I like the status, title, money, and lifestyle that came with it. But what I didn't like so much is the long, stressful hours, being always available for my bosses, the long alignment processes in the corporate world, and also the feeling of being just a small number in a big corporate without having any real impact. Very early on, my inner voice often raised these questions and these concerns. Is this really how it's supposed to be? Work life in general, only working, so little free time, having more money than actually time to spend it, and not feeling happy or fulfilled, but rather empty. And I was young, so I was trying to push my inner voice aside, my intuition, and said, well, it's your first job. What do you know? Keep pushing. It looks good. It is good. Very great opportunities. Why are you complaining? And I thought also, you're young. What do you know? Stick through it. So Although I had all these concerns, I kept pushing them aside. Up until the day my third episode of severe back pain hit me. And as I said, it's not the first episode, but third episode. It was so bad that I couldn't even move. And I thought, I'm in my mid-20s. I'm far too young to not be able to move. This is wrong. And I learned about the body-mind connection back then. I said, I need to change something about my life. I need to just change. So after a couple of months of long consideration, I decided to quit and leave the corporate world. Well, and the only thing back then I knew was that I wanted to become my own boss, be more flexible time-wise and location-wise, create something great and have an impact. But honestly, that was it. I had no clue whatsoever what I wanted to do next or what my purpose was. So yeah, the journey of finding myself and my purpose truly began back then. And at the beginning, I started to work as a self-employed independent consultant for startups to help them with their strategy and marketing because, well, we all have to pay our bills, right? But I knew being a consultant was not really my purpose. So on the side, I started to read a lot of books about finding your purpose, attended seminars. I followed my passions, as they say. So I did a lot of trainings and certifications in the fields of my passions like nutrition, well-being, fitness, etc. But nothing really sticked. So up until one day, I think it was 2 or 3 years later, I had a chance to coach one of my clients, not only consult them, but coach them. I was the CEO of a startup back then. And then I thought, that is it. I love helping people, helping them finding solutions for their life, not only their businesses. And that's why I decided to get my holistic life certification back in 2019. And right after, I knew I wanted to help people to cut through the chase and find their purpose faster than I did. So I developed my own coaching program named Your Purpose Path to do just that. And since then, I've helped many different people, especially women, to find their purpose and create a life they love. And now, at this point in my journey, I want to reach and empower even more people. And that is why I started Your Soul Biz Podcast. So now I would normally ask my guests what their biggest challenges have been so far on their journey and what would be their tips and recommendations how to overcome them. So of course, I thought about this question and here are my answers. Challenge number 1 was to find my purpose and get a clear sense of direction of what I wanted to do in my business. And also that I thought I had to figure out everything by myself and didn't ask for help. Well, it was not that I was lacking ideas, just the opposite. I had so many ideas as a multi-passionate person, and I didn't know what to follow or what idea was the one, because I always thought I needed to have this one thing that I should do in my business to find my purpose. Well, I had many exciting days, but nothing really was it. So after some time, I got really frustrated. I felt lost. I trusted myself less and less and all my ideas. I kind of got fed up with myself and I didn't ask for help. So it took me quite some time, 2 to 3 years, to figure out what my purpose was. And well, looking back now, for everyone who wants to start their own business but have no clue what they want to do or what their purpose is or, what they could do, I totally recommend you talk to someone who has already been through the process, who has already found their purpose and is living their dream, and maybe who also struggled at first and overcame this. And if you don't know anybody, get a coach or a mentor and pay them to help you. It's just so easy. Don't waste time on trying everything out by yourself and figuring it out all by yourself. Get help. It's good and much faster. Challenge number 2, being all by yourself. I know. I said I wanted to leave corporate world, wanted to be my own boss, work for myself, be more flexible, work from home. And yes, it's all still true. But what I didn't realize back then, leaving the corporate world, was that, well, you also leave your team behind, your boss behind, your brainstorming partners, your social network, your coffee exchanges, etc., all the social life. I didn't realize how it would be to be by yourself every day during the week. So, of course, I was motivated and I believed in my vision and everything. And on good days, I can motivate myself and push through it and, be driven. But on bad days, it can be really bad because there's nobody who holds you accountable, needs something from you, or really, ask for something, especially in the beginning when you have no clients or few clients. So looking back now, and everyone who's in a similar situation, just starting out, I really recommend get together with like-minded people. So either find like-minded people who share similar ideas to team up to create something together, or just find other solo entrepreneurs who are in a similar situation in their journey, just to team up as a mastermind or accountability group, go together in co-working spaces, or just team up virtually. Have weekly team calls to exchange goals and intentions for the week and review what went well, what didn't, etc. So people who hold you accountable when you set a goal, but also who are there on bad days where you really need people to listen to you or cheer you on. Super important. And in general, focus on the people that you hang out with. Surround yourself with people who are like-minded, have a similar life vision. Not only people who are working in corporate or follow a totally different career path. I mean, there's no harm hanging out with them. That's not the point. But they have different challenges, different struggles. And it's so much easier to find people who share your struggles, share your challenges. And maybe they already have the solutions for you. And they understand you much better and your situation. And challenge number 3 would be procrastination. The habit of avoiding things and tasks that make you feel uncomfortable or stressed out. So why do we procrastinate? As I said, it's actually an underlying unconscious fear or stress that you maybe don't even realize. The fear of failure, the fear of not being liked, etc. Why you don't do certain things or they make you uncomfortable. So you know that they're important for your business and your growth, but you still don't do them. So here again, it's super important to have accountability partners, a team you can exchange with and that hold you accountable and that cheer you on when you really have huge self-doubts or don't dare to proceed. The same with my podcast here. I had the ideas for years, honestly, but I didn't dare to start it. But well, here we go. But besides that, have habits and routines in place that serve you and your weekly goals. That could be, for example, habits of organizing yourself, your week, your days, to set goals, to set timings, to schedule, to review, etc. Self-organization. But that could also mean healthy habits, like watching that you have enough sleep so you have enough energy, moving your body daily to feel balanced and fit, to eat the right food to fuel you and have enough energy and feel good. But also do activities that you truly love so your batteries are really fueled up and you have enough energy to encounter each workday and fulfill your vision. Last but not least, I would ask my guest if you could only share one thing with the viewers and listeners out there, with the people who might think about starting their business, but maybe don't dare to yet. What would you share? To this question, my answer would be, well, you only got one life and time is limited. Don't take it for granted. So make the best of each day to truly be yourself 100% and go for your dreams and follow your individual purpose path because the world needs you and your unique gifts. So go for it. And with these words, I want to complete and finish my first episode on Your Soul Biz Podcast. Thank you so much. If you stick to the end, I really, really appreciate you. See you or hear you next week. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you like this episode, let me know by subscribing to Your Soul Biz Podcast and leaving me a review on iTunes or Spotify. This way I can keep the good stuff coming. If you don't follow me on Instagram yet, connect with me at Michelle Pine for more inspirations and insights. I would love to hear from you. So leave me a comment on the latest post with your biggest takeaway from today's episode. And before you leave, remember, the world needs you to be you and share your unique gifts. Go out, shine bright, and create a life you love.